Hey, it's Brandon, and welcome to Retro Reactions, a place where I experience amazing music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s for the very first time. And today we're going to be traveling all the way back to 1985, 1982, 1979, 1987, and 1976 to listen to Let's Talk About Me, Separate Lives, In the Real World, You're Gonna Get Your Fingers Burned, You Won't Be There, Closer to Heaven, and To One in Paradise by the Alan Parsons Project. What a treat. And this one comes courtesy of my amazing supporter here and over on Patreon, Mr. Deep Cuts. So thank you once again for all your support and for leading me back to 7 APP songs you know, and many of you know exactly what this band does to me. All right, first up, Let's Talk About Me comes from Vulture Culture. Lead vocals by David Patton. It's great, we're going to get several vocalists here, that's always exciting. It explores themes of narcissism, frustration, and selfish communication within a strained relationship or within society. Let's go.
The NATO allies have to present a military posture that is relevant.
Our friends, and they are friends here in New York, don't perhaps have the opportunity.
Ballad?
Socialization of military in a military posture that
He
relates
is
to
an
the individual
animal
population.
that can directly assume a posture of defense through its natural vehicle. People don't want to hear what I have to say. Everyone knows. Name a topic. I want Alan. Alan, name a topic. Any topic.
Let's talk about me for a minute. Well, how do you think I feel about what's been going on? Let's talk about me for a minute. Well, how do you think I feel about what's gone wrong? Let's talk about me. I never learned to read the signs. Let's think about what it all means. I never seem to have the time. Let's talk about you and your problems. All that I seem to do is spend the night just talking about you and your problems. No matter what I say, I can't get it right. Don't think about me. Is it all a waste of time? Don't think about what it all means. If you are a friend of mine, talk about me for a minute. I'm the one who's losing. Talk about me for a minute. I'm the one who's always losing out. And how do you think I feel about what's going on? Let's talk about me for a minute. Well, how do you think I feel about what's gone wrong? Let's think about dreams. We never seem to have the time. Let's talk about what it all means. You are a friend of mine. Let's talk about me. I'm the one who's losing out. I'm the one who's losing out. I'm the one who's losing out. Losing out. Talk about me for a minute. I'm the one who's losing. Talk about me for a minute. I'm the one who's always losing out.
We have now a WGN people of the positive
bewitching
story.
hour.
Hey,
Good morning.
Mom, Dad, what the heck? What the heck? Let's drive inbounds and move, get to the job, because we here in America believe in making it happen. Okay, hey gang, Mom, Dad, let's join the ball game. What a great way to have a good time. Wrigley Field, 150 people here in America. Box office seats.
I'm the one who's losing out. I'm the one who's losing out. I'm the one who's losing out. Losing out. Talk about
Wow, what an interesting mix of, this kind of sorrow, introspection, and then those brighter moments, just like the ending there, and of course the chorus. Wow, interesting balance. Yeah, so we get some kind of news or audio clips in the beginning, setting the tone of the song perfectly. It's all about fame, recognition, importance, being out there in front, etc. Narcissism, a big part of it. Nothing's changed. A very solemn, serious tone, but of course, it's Alan Parsons Project, so beautiful as always. I love those punchy, staccato moments, especially in the first half, I think. Do. Different patterns rhythmically, really interesting. And then, of course, we get this urgent, passionate, playful vocal delivery by David. Amazing. Alan Parsons always picked the best and the perfect vocalists for his music. Wow. And again, that ramped up chorus. Okay, I'm getting into it. A nice surprise, a little more joyful than the verses. So, they always surprise me. No surprise there. One of the lines that they repeated a lot was, "I'm the one who's always losing out." Definitely a very poignant line in the song. Some of those news audio sounds come back, again, further enhancing the message of the song. Wow. And then that bright electric guitar solo, also unexpected. I love being surprised, especially by bands like this. Wow. What a song. Probably 1,000 times or more relevant in 2026. Some things never change. Great song. It's getting 5 super shiny golden records. A big A+ for Let's Talk About Me. All right. Separate Lives also comes from Vulture Culture. Lead vocals by the great Eric Woofson. It explores the bittersweet conclusion of a relationship. Both people deciding to go their separate ways despite lingering memories and shared history. Let's check it out. Didn't expect that. Ooh. So 80s. Nice. Great stuff happening. Transition. Talk about a top tier 80s chorus right there. Good to the last drop. Wow, a huge 80s vibe on this one, of course. We're smack in the middle of that awesome decade. So we get this awesome keyboard tone early on. I had no idea how much more keys would be coming. This really awesome snare sound. It sounded very electronic. Could have been, electronic drums probably. But I really love the banquet of sounds we got here, especially on the left and right. All those sounds that were panned, kind of just one after the other. I was hearing percussion, shakers, xylophone maybe. I was hearing keys on both sides, maybe guitar, maybe more. They were just gorgeous bookends. Wow, what a treat. Normally that doesn't happen. The sounds are spread out or, in the middle, but everything seemed to be happening here. Of course, gorgeousness in the center, but I loved those bookends. I loved the very electronic, but of course passionate sounding chorus. So catchy. Lovely vocal melodies. I was trying to sing along by the end, trying to harmonize. A very, very 80s ballad sounding chorus. Perfect. Then of course another treat, that sprightly woodwind solo. Perfect. Wasn't ready for that. Great harmonies, kind of sad harmonies as well. Just everything so well crafted. But it's always that way, and that's why I've fallen in love so much with this band since discovering so much more on this channel. Wow. Overall, a cornucopia of 80s musical goodness. So it's easily getting the Epic Platinum Record Award, yes, for the amazing Separate Lives. All right, In the Real World comes from Stereotomy. Lead vocals by the great John Miles. Nice. It explores themes of disillusionment, the pressure of public perception, and the contrast between idealistic dreams and harsh reality. Let's check it out. New vibe. More rock.
Don't come twice.
Nice. Little percussion on the right there. Wow, a classic 80s rock song vibe. And I like that it was different than the ones before. Yeah, so big 80s rock electric guitar energy in this one. I love that kind of really lively backbone of the song, probably on the guitar. You know, even keel, but so much happening. Of course, John, I love his big, bold, rocky, passionate voice. Can't remember if I've heard him sing in such a rock way. I probably have, because I know I've heard him a few times before. You know, some great scratch in his voice. Very appropriate for this guitar-heavy song. This song sounds very single-worthy. Not sure if it was released as a single, but definitely that strong. I also love the additional guitar on the right during verse 2. I think it was reverbed. A great layer. On this one, I definitely got a big Journey band vibe, especially in that chorus. You know, you just want to pump your fist, sing along. I could totally picture Steve Perry singing this one. Wow. Then we get a proper rock electric guitar solo. It's definitely a necessity in a song like this. They delivered. Wow. Great stuff. More greatness by APP. I swear there's probably 0 songs by them that I would not like. I'll give this one 5 super shiny golden records, a big A+ for In the Real World. All right, on to You're Gonna Get Your Fingers Burned. Comes from Eye in the Sky. Lead vocals by Lenny Zakitek. It's a cautionary song about the inevitability of facing negative consequences when taking reckless risks or falling for deception. Let's go. More guitar.
Catch my eye. If you do, I beg you to remind me. Who is stronger? Who is weak? Of those who seek and don't know where to find me.
More strong, classic, catchy rock glory. Yeah, more upbeat rock goodness here, similar to the last song. For me, a subtle throwback feel to like earlier decades, very subtle, but in some of the musical and vocal choices, that was nice. Of course, I loved all the backing vocals here. A big ingredient in the song, we were getting my favorite oohs, great melodies there, and then of course the strong lines, you're gonna get burned. Was trying to sing along. That was very, very prominent, very striking. Of course, again, another welcome and expected soaring electric guitar solo, fit like a glove. Wow. I loved the playful rock ad-libs by Lenny, literal screams, ow, after that solo. That was a great moment. He did a couple of them. Wow. And then more great choruses, so catchy, to take us out of this short and sweet, strong rock song. I'll give this one 5 super shiny golden records. Another big A+ for You're Gonna Get Your Fingers Burned. All right, on to You Won't Be There. Comes from Eve. Lead vocals by Dave Townsend. I don't recognize that name, so probably the first time I'm hearing him. Awesome. It expresses the narrator's willingness to endure hardship for love, only to be left unsupported when they need their partner the most. Let's check it out. Slowing things down.
Show me a promised land, and I will go anywhere.
Barry Gibb? Wow.
And if you ask me to take my time, I'll wait for years. I'll hold on, though the whole world tells me I'm wrong. Seems so wrong. Ask me to prove my love, and I will do anything.
Oh.
So if they turn off the light or the sun, why should I care? I'll hold on, though the whole world tells me I'm wrong. And in the morning, as you leave me, you touch my hand to show how much you care. But just when I need you, you won't be there. Must you leave me? Why are you going anywhere? Why must our love be something in the air? 'Cause just when I need you, you won't be there. You won't be there.
Dave. Wow, a huge wow. A big surprise. I was getting decent Barry Gibb vibes in his vocal tone and timbre. Awesome. You know what a legend Barry is and what a legend his voice is. Wow. Dave has a great range. I can already tell just by hearing this one song. His voice was so many things. It was tender, dreamy, heartwarming, heartbreaking, passionate. Definitely lots of magic there. And then the strings arrive, as if those beautiful vocals were not enough. Strings, take me away. Yes. Also got some Bee Gees vibes in the music as well. Amazing. You know they can do these kind of songs to perfection as well. Dave, again, so delicate and vulnerable up there in his higher register. Really appreciated that, but I also loved hearing him go deep. Wow. And then that big, majestic, orchestral ending. What a surprise. But then that abrupt ending of the song left me wanting like at least 5 minutes more of that grand Alan Parsons orchestral bliss. You know he does that to perfection. Wow. But overall, a glorious, dreamy, heartache song. I'm going to give it a strong Epic Platinum Record Award. Yes, so easily for You Won't Be There. All right, jumping forward to Closer to Heaven. Comes from Gaudi. Lead vocals again by Eric Wolfson. The title serves as a metaphor for both the physical height of La Sagrada Familia and Gaudi's spiritual yet lonely aspiration to reach the divine through his architecture. Wow, I love this album. I'm sure I'm going to love this song. Let's go. Nice tone.
Rising and falling.
Eric.
Silently calling. No one is there. Oh, bird that is flying so high and so free. Closer to heaven than you and me. Voices of strangers keep me from sleep. Guardian angels watch over the deep. A ship that is sailing way out to the sea. Closer to heaven than you and me. Visions of rainfall out of blue skies. Rivers of tears flow out of dry eyes. Answer my question, tell me no lies. Is this the real world or a fool's paradise? Wind that is blowing so wild and so free. Closer to heaven than you and me. Closer to heaven, longing to be. Closer to heaven than you and me.
Is something big coming? what a song. This one's been on my radar for a while, so glorious to finally hear it. I love that little instrumental end section, maybe the last 15-20 seconds. Kind of musically recapped the whole musical song and the whole vibe in general of this beautiful song. Some of the first lyrics I caught were lighter than air. Well, Eric Wolfson's voice can certainly be lighter than air as well, as exemplified here. Powder soft as well, strong when it needs to be. Wow. So we start out soft, but I love the awesome jump, that sudden jump in the instrumentation and dynamics when that punchy percussion and bass come in. Wow. Kind of matching, the punchy moments of La Sagrada Familia, of course, an epic song. Later on, I could have sworn I was hearing this accordion, or at least a keyboard accordion tone. I'll just assume that's what it was. It was lovely and it was unique. You don't get accordion too much, at least the songs I've discovered on my channel. Again, Eric's voice, close to heaven, literally in his high register. Wow. We get this, of course, a top song moment, that gorgeous, calm, drawn out saxophone solo. Wasn't prepared for that. It was perfection. The melody was heavenly. I'm sensing a musical theme here, sky, heaven, ascending to match the lyrics that are talking about the same exact thing. Yeah, this song is so sonically vibrant, just perfect. Then an electric guitar solo, also soaring up there as well. Again, keeping that theme. Eric's voice, not the first time, it was breaking my heart just a bit, especially in the second half. That's an easy thing to do, at least for me. Wow, such a poignant, moving song. Still calming, but powerful at the same time. I like that second mini electric guitar solo, just a few seconds. And then, of course, that perfect instrumental ending that I talked about. What a song, lived up to all my hopes and expectations. So of course it's getting the double epic platinum record award, absolutely, for Closer to Heaven. Alright, and the final song, To One in Paradise, comes from Tales of Mystery and Imagination. Great to finally get back to this album, their very first. Lead vocals by Terry Sylvester, I think a new voice as well for me, plus Eric Wolfson and Alan Parsons. It centers on themes of grief, the loss of an idealized love, and the lingering trance of memory. Wow, that's a powerful concept. Alan called the song an epitaph to Edgar Allan Poe. Let's see what it's all about. Wow.
Wild white horses reach the shore, I'd stand alone and oversee, and if the bush before me burned, should I turn my eyes away? And still the voices I as clear to me as light of day. I believed in my dream. Nothing could change my mind. Now I know what they mean.
dreams are where thy dark eye glances, and where thy footstep gleams. In what ethereal dances, by what eternal streams.
Wasn't ready for that one. The tears officially fell. Wow, so we get that creepy, dark, dissonant opening. You know, that was one of my favorite parts of the song, although everything changed after that. I think it was kind of tying together to the darker stuff earlier in the album. It's been so long, so I can't remember those songs very well, but I know there was darkness earlier in the album. Then we turned warm and soothing, felt like a sunrise, a big change after everything before it. Terry, another perfect voice. I sound like a broken record here, but Alan always gets the best. I was already getting chills by this point. It was slow, dreamy, a bit sad. Tears started welling up. I have no control. Thank you for that. Superb backing vocals. Wow. I really love the gorgeous chords happening in the backing vocals themselves. Very unique. I rarely get that. I always hear great backing vocals, but when they form their own interesting chords, that was amazing. Then a surprise reference. I'm pretty certain, I'm not going to deny myself, I was getting Beach Boys vibes. Obviously, in the soft, dreamy tones and sounds. You know, it didn't sound like a Beach Boys song, but you know, those vibes were just coming through. I was getting lost, slow motion floating. You know what I mean? Maybe you heard it. Then these childlike voices come in, that beautiful choir, just icing on the cake. Wow, so many magical moments in this song. I got to simmer in those beautiful choir vocals for just a bit, just the right amount of time. As we fade out, wow. Then some spoken word, maybe that was some kind of writings by Edgar Allan Poe, I'm guessing. Not sure who was speaking them, but overall a stunning, most perfect tribute to Edgar Allan Poe. If I were him and heard this song, I'd be extremely happy. So of course, it's getting the Double Epic Platinum Record Award, a very high one, for To One in Paradise by the Alan Parsons Project. Wow. What a lineup today. I knew I would love every song because I know that I will love every song that they ever created, even though there's so many I've yet to hear. So thank you so much to everyone involved from the Alan Parsons Project. And of course, Mr. Deep Cuts. You always know how to pick 'em. All right, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below if you wish to chat about these 7 awesome songs. I would love to know what you think. So you take care, stay safe, stay hydrated, and remember to let peace, calm, and light into your day and night. And I'll see you next time in the past.